Hello, welcome to today's STEM Club. My name's Karen and today we're going to be doing some investigations around sound. We're going to be looking at how we can make sound and how we can make that sound louder. And the first thing we're going to have a go at doing is we're going to try and do some chicken impersonations. Now I don't know if you're really good at making chicken sounds. I'm a bit rubbish, I can't make them at all. But I know some science that can help me so that I can make those sounds without having to use my mouth at all. So the things you need is you need a plastic pot. Now I've got here an old yogurt pot that I've given a really good clean out, so I don't have any yogurt left inside it. You'll need some string. Now I've got here quite thick string, so that's the one we had in our cupboard. But you might have thin string at home. It doesn't matter, it will work a little bit differently, but you can try different strings and see what sounds they make. You might want to use a paper clip, although that's not necessary, but it might make it a little bit easier. I'll show you why in a second. And then you'll need a piece of cloth. Now you could use kitchen paper, that works just as well, but it needs to be a little bit damp. You can see here, all I did was I ran this a little bit under some water and then squeezed it out. So I don't want it really, really wet, but just a bit damp. So it's a bit damp on your fingers. Now I said we're going to make sound. Now I don't know if in school you've looked at sound and you know how sound is made. Well, sound is made by vibrations. So if we think of something like a guitar, when you pluck the strings of a guitar, if you looked really, really closely, you'd see the string moving backwards and forwards, vibrating. And what happens is the string moves and it vibrates the air that's all the way around the string, and that's what makes the sound. Now in the guitar, you've got that big body of the guitar with the hole in, and the air that's vibrating goes inside the hole, inside the body of the guitar, which then amplifies it, makes it louder. Well, that's hopefully what we're going to do with our pot, is we're going to use our pot, like the body of a guitar, to make our sounds louder. Now, this thing I'm going to do is just show you something. So I've got my piece of string here and I'm going to use my two fingers pinched together and my nails and I'm going to run them along the string. Can you hear anything? I'd be very impressed if you could. You might hear something very faint if I stop talking. It's not very loud at all, is it? Well, this is where I'm going to use my pot. So I'm going to just move my camera down so you can see. So here's my pot. Now I've put a hole in the top. You can use a pair of scissors to poke your hole through, or a very, very sharp pencil if it's not too thick plastic. If you're using a thinner plastic, it might be easier to use a pencil. You might want to ask a grown-up to help you do that because it can be quite tricky. And then I'm going to take my string and I'm going to poke it through the hole I made. So poke it through. If you're struggling a little bit, you might want to get your pencil to just poke it a little bit, and then I'm going to go inside my cup and pull it through. Now I don't want to pull it all the way because it will come out this end, and that's not what I want. I want to leave some at this end. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tie a knot. And you want quite a big knot because you really don't want it to pull through that hole. So there, I've made quite a big knot on the end there and pull tight. You can see it's holding. Why I had my paper clip was sometimes if you don't make a big enough knot, you can use your paper clip by poking the pointy end through a part of the string here. Just poke it through. And then that gives you a bit more that will stop the string being pulled through that hole. And I'm going to, as I said before, I'm going to do the same as I did before, and hopefully you might be able to hear the string a bit better. That was much louder than when I just had the string without my amplifier, without my pot. When I'm pulling the string, remember, it vibrates, which vibrates the air, which if the air is inside my pot here, it vibrates, it hits the side, and it makes it much louder. Now I need my cloth, because we said we were going to pretend to be chickens. We were doing chicken impersonations, and when I was just pulling my string, I didn't sound much like a chicken at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my string inside my cloth and grasp it on that bit that I made damp earlier. So again, pinching it between my finger and thumb, and I'm going to pull and see what you can hear. Did that sound like a chicken? I think it did a little bit. We can have lots of fun with that and make sort of short chicken sounds. Or you can try going the whole length of the string and make a really long chicken sound. What do you think? Do you think it sounded a bit like a chicken? Have a go at home and see if you can have a go at impersonating a chicken with a simple hot piece of string and a bit of damp cloth.